The Australian Ghost Whisperer with Caterina and James Jennings. Hello everyone, welcome to the Australian Ghost Whisperer. We are doing a very, very special episode today. We are here with Wiradjuri artist Brett Groves, who's been on our show before. Welcome back, Brett.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you again.
Thank you,
Looking
Brett.
well.
You too. And thank you for bringing us to a very important sacred space. What can you tell us about where we are today?
Well, I'd like to say Guambana, welcome. Wiradjuri Nurumban, welcome to Wiradjuri country. We're on very, very old, very ancient sacred land. It gives me the goosebumps on goosebumps. This is, it's a well-known spot here, but I had a particularly special experience here. It happened a few years back, and I've sat on that experience for a while and just waited for the right people to help me bring that story out if it was meant to come out. And I met you guys a few years back and we talked about Indigenous experiences, and I felt very comfortable that you guys were the right guys to talk about it with.
Thank you. That's deeply, I feel very deeply honoured that you feel that way. I truly do.
Yeah, absolutely. And this particular area, which has a very, very strong energy to it, there's lots of paintings on the wall of hands, boomerangs, axes, tools and whatnot. It feels quite ancient, as you said.
Yeah, as you know, some people like to say Aboriginal people are 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 years old. Well, for us, this is a creation of the dream time, so timeless. And when we look at these beautiful pagodas around us, some people say they're a creation of the Ice Age, but we say it's a creation of the dream time, so very ancient space. And I thought that if it's okay with you, I thought we might just pop down and actually touch the ground, because I feel like we should just introduce ourselves, for me personally, just introduce ourselves to the area, to the people and the story and why I brought you here today. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yep. So I just wanted to, before we go any further, just acknowledge what happened to me in this space and what was shared with me and the importance. And I've sat on this story for many years and waited for the right time to share this story and explore it, and the right person to do it with, and I felt it was you. So I just want to acknowledge the particular family group that I was shown here, and just acknowledge that I come here respectfully with you guys, and if we're not meant to be here, and if this story is not meant to be told, please do let us know.
It does feel otherworldly, doesn't it?
Does. I feel, as I'm looking at it, I just feel like it was a temple back in the day, like where the men had come and nestled into all the little holes and just talk, discuss things, and plus it was beautiful and cool in the actual spaces, because they were a lot deeper than what they are right now.
When I see rocks like this, I instantly think, like, what beautiful one-bedroom apartments. I'd love to, if we could connect with the spirits and if they want to talk to us. For me, I look around at the bush as we see it right here, and for us traditionally, we were thousands of people always out on country every single day caring for country. And when I look at this, I just look at what a mess. And we think about the bushfires that just happened a few years back that nearly wiped out the Blue Mountains and the destruction that caused. So for me, it just gives me the goosebumps, but I just feel we need to be allowed to get back out into country and to care for it, because it's such a big space. Imagine a fire through this, we'd just lose it all again.
I pick up here that this is a men's space. Definitely women were not allowed to come into this space or be in that rock at all.
It's interesting you say that, because you know how when you're in the bush and you just get that feeling like, oh, something's not quite right and maybe I shouldn't be here. And so every time I've come here, I've never ventured around there. Or once I started to, and I just stopped and came back, and I believe that's the women's space around that side. So I believe you're spot on.
Yeah. I actually feel drawn to go into that space and just sit sit with the women.
You should.
I will. I will. It's like a space of love and healing. Maybe women went there when they needed to have a cry or, let go of things, emotional things that were going on with them. Yeah, I feel that I'm being drawn to those 3 rocks across the way here. It almost feels like it was, I can almost see like an Indigenous person standing up there. I don't know, like a lookout or something where it was a lookout I'm getting. For the, I guess if there was anybody approaching or enemies or, it was like a lookout. That's why I kept being drawn there.
That's what I mean about this place, like the goosebumps.
Yeah.
And I just love that you're drawn to it because this area is just full of these stunning, well, they say Ice Age produced pagodas, but for Wiradjuri people, this is a place of the dreaming creation, so much older. So a hugely spiritual place. It is nice that people can come in and experience this, but we just need to be mindful and respectful of the sacred spaces. And that's why I've asked you to come here today.
Oh, wow, look at this.
This is so beautiful. So beautiful. So incredible.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit emotional.
It's so sad that they left you behind such a beautiful sacred space. I can hear the prayers and the kind of the chanting and oh wow, look.
Yeah.
The handprints.
The energy is
They
very
just left a part
intense,
of
yeah.
themselves here. Wow. Yeah, I feel like unfortunately there was something quite beautiful drawn here, and it's like I just want to say it as it is, evil forces have tried to hide this sacred symbol, this sacred drawing. It almost feels like they did it with fire or tried. It's so sad. They left behind these symbols were part of their heart energy that they left here. And then the wrong kind of people have tried to rub out history. Perhaps they weren't even people, they were entities. Yeah, I feel like all of this rock had symbols. That's what I'm seeing, like they left behind symbols.
You can see one just behind you, Kat. There's if you have a look here, there's like a axe symbol there. You see that one there?
Yeah. Wow. But I feel like they spoke about other dimensions, other realities. They were in communication with other dimensions.
Okay.
In other realities, other universes. They were very evolved. They were very evolved. They communicated with other higher beings. Yeah, other consciousnesses.
So the reason why I reached out to yourself is because when we first met, you had told me about your encounter, where you live and with an Aboriginal waterway, which I knew was a sacred space, but you had no idea. You didn't know me and you didn't know my knowledge, but I knew it was sacred, and you told me how you'd had an interaction with the women, the ancestor women, and how they were not happy that tourists were just frolicking in this, ancient sacred birthing places and everything like it. So yeah, that's why. So I came here, it was actually a few years ago, and like we did today, so I was with 3 friends, not Indigenous. I was the only Indigenous person in the group. And my friend who is not Indigenous, she stopped and she introduced herself to the space, and she just said that, just wanted to let the spirits know that she was here with no bad intention. And she asked to take a photo of this particular wall that we're looking at now. And so as you can see, there are the things that are very visible. We can see the hands, and we can see a boomerang, and you pointed out the axe, James. So, very visible to everybody. But I love that you picked up on it, Kat, and that you were saying it's like it's been purposely rubbed out to rub out history. And that's what I feel about this space, and that's why I feel like I was shown what I was shown, because there is a lot of history all over this country that has literally been wiped out, but we need to acknowledge it and be respectful and truthful. So my friend took a photo of this wall, and she just held her iPhone to me, and she just said, "Brett, look at this." And the iPhone just kept taking photos, and it would not stop. She was just holding it like this and just kept taking photos. Oh, wow. And she's like, "Brett, what's going on?" And I don't know, I'm just getting the goosebumps now talking about it. And so we sat down and we had some lunch, and then later on she said, "Brett, you need to look at this photo." And had only taken one photo. And so we saw this, but then we were also presented with a massive male warrior's head here. Very ancient man in traditional, ceremonial head. But then lots of women and children around, everybody completely terrified.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
And so this entire wall was covered in that. And so my friend being, she's quite a spiritual person, and she just felt that we shouldn't hold on to that photo because it wasn't for public consumption. It wasn't for everybody. She just felt that it was a message for me at some point. And so I've just sat with that for years. And I thought, when the time's right, I'll ask somebody to help me bring out that story if it needs to be brought out.
It feels like the invasion of the white people coming onto the land. That's what I get. Yeah.
And so that's what I've always thought. I thought, this feels to me a massacre.
Yeah, they took them for slaves. Because as you're speaking, those hands there, I feel like they're almost going to help. Like, when you're drowning and you kind of help.
So Lily, you got a bit of a vibe and saw a few visions coming up here. What did you see?
I saw there was obviously land can erode over time, but I just see them coming up a hill, the white people in red and blue carrying maybe flags or just big things that were obviously man-made. They would have seen and heard that and been that's they would have thought they were alien, because you don't see people like that. Do you know what I mean? And then I see probably they would have come round where the men are at the beginning, and then they may have the men may have heard them, maybe I feel they met them first or something. And then everybody here must have been scared because they could probably hear guns and stuff like that. Yeah. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, that's given me the goosebumps, because that's what I kind of felt, that's what the vision was. I felt that it might have been, the colonial invasion of the British coming along, because you look at this stunning country and, they just wanted farmland. So they were ready just to wipe. Well, they were given permission to wipe out the Wiradjuri people so that they could have the farmland. So that's what I was feeling. Kat was just saying that she was feeling that this is much older than just colonial time. This is going back, you were saying, galaxies.
Galaxies.
I think you were saying... Yeah, so you were saying that there's been invasions.
of other from other planets, other realities, other universes that came here also to take from the land, landed their spaceships here, and also I feel took some of the people on their spaceships to kind of analyse them. There was like, abductions, that's what the right correct word is. Yeah. Been through a lot. They've been through a lot there. The ancient ones.
And I love that Lily brought that up, the fear, because every day in my gallery space I light a candle, because we acknowledge other people that have fought in wars, but we don't acknowledge the people here, our people. Yeah. And we don't think about the little children and how terrifying. They're just dancing and playing on their country, and all of a sudden these people come in and just wipe out entire families. So that's why, I feel we're here today together to tell those stories. I just love the way you picked up, Lily, about the change of the landscape over many, many years. And so just in our area recently, an archaeological dig was done just my height, and a campsite was discovered or uncovered and it was dated at more than 22,000 years old. So it's just interesting to think about, how this is not necessarily the land that was here. This actually might go quite deeper, and there might actually be more art or more stories below this. A perfect fit.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Did you feel drawn to that area?
Yeah, I just wonder why. Like, of all the hands,
Yeah.
just straight to that one. Amazing.
Kat, I was just curious about if some trauma is held in this area from what has occurred in the past. Can it be healed? If not, what's sort of standing in the way of this space fully healing from that trauma?
There is so much trauma here, and the reason why it cannot be naturally released and healed is because this space is being constantly invaded by, sadly, people who don't care, who come here and just use it and trash it and show no respect. And then you've got the highway there, the road that's been used for car racing and what have you. So it's just, I feel like this space is crying for some peace. That's what I feel. I feel like I stand here and I just want to cry, and it needs peace for it to be able to release. The land holds the pain of the people.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's why I wanted to bring you here, and because that's what I feel too. I just can't help but feel that it shouldn't be a tourist attraction. It needs to be given the respect that it deserves, and that makes so much sense what you said. It just needs to be left alone to heal, and that's beautiful. So we can only hope that might happen.
Yeah, I hope so too. I really do. I feel that it's okay for you guys to touch that water and receive a blessing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I would love that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You can't get cleaner or fresher than that.
Oh. Wow. That is amazing. Wow.
Cleanest tasting water I've ever had.
Thousands and thousands of other men before you that drank there and blessed the water. They appreciated the water. They were grateful for that water. They recognized it as a living life force.
Whereas these days we just get our, plastic bottles from Aldi.
Yeah.
But that's where we're getting it from.
This is definitely it. So we're literally on the other side of that,
Beautiful.
of where we were. You feel the joy and smile, and it was once a very happy space. All the women got together and they brought their children and babies and gave each other love and support.
I feel like maybe with the trees over there, like, I feel like maybe they've like, see how that tree's kind of like a circle? How that tree's like a circle, they probably made that like a little space and maybe like wove stuff around it. It's like
Made baskets
walls and
and
shelter
things.
and stuff. Yeah. I feel like someone used to sit up there as well. I don't know, do you see anyone?
I just feel this. I feel the welcoming. I'm like, thank you, please allow us to come into your beautiful space. I feel like we're being welcomed, and that I see the spirit smiling at us, welcoming us. And I feel that they would like us to sit and just meditate and in silence.
Okay.
So we'll have to do that. So we are now in the women's space, and I feel so peaceful in this space. It feels like there's a shield of protection that was intentionally set up here by the women from their hearts. And it makes sense. They would have come here with their children, and their intention was that this was a space of safety and protection for them and their children. There were no males allowed in here, so therefore they were, I feel, kind of dependent on creating that safe space, a shielded space, that they could come and be here for as long as they wanted to be. I feel like I just want to kind of curl up and sleep. It feels very healing and peaceful. And I felt just incredibly privileged to be here in this beautiful space.
Brett, thank you so much for bringing us here today. It's been a really special experience, and we honoured you brought us here. It's obviously a very sacred and special place, so we just want to say thanks for bringing us.
Thank you, Brett.
I want to thank you both, because I was nervous. I it's a very spiritual, deeply spiritual thing, and I had to be very respectful of the family groups and the people here. And I just feel so calm and relaxed, and it was the right thing to do. And the biggest thing that I've taken from today is that we need to protect this space and give it the time to heal, because it deserves that. So thank you both.
Yeah. Needs to be closed off, and no one enter this space, and allow it to heal. It knows how to heal. This energy knows how to heal itself. It remembers how to heal. It just needs the quiet and the peace to do it in.
Well, we'll leave it with that intention that that's going to come to pass.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for watching, and again, thank you, Kat, thank you, Brett.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. See you next time.
To gain access to private spiritual development classes, guided meditations, please visit www.patreon, that's patreon.com/The Australian Ghost Whisperer.